Hello student, myself Nimesh Prabhakar. Welcome to Antenna and Propagation lecture series. In my previous lecture, we discussed about the lens antenna. Now we start new chapter, chapter number 12. The name of the chapter is Broadband and Frequency Independent Antenna. So here in this lecture, we discuss about different types of the broadband and frequency independent antenna. So first we start with the introduction. The broadband antenna in the HF, VHF, UHF band, the bandwidth is very important parameter. It is defined as the band of the frequency over which antenna is able to maintain required impedance pattern characteristic. In the modern era of the communication field, it is now possible to design an antenna with unlimited bandwidth where upper and lower frequency limit for most useful performance are specified by designer independently. So this is the advantage of the modern technology. The antenna with such unlimited bandwidth are called frequency independent antenna. Now we discuss first one type of frequency independent antenna, or we can say broadband antenna, is the biconical antenna. Basically, biconical antenna gives the broadband characteristic. See, this is the figure of the biconical antenna. It is formed by the placing two cones on infinite extent together. The typical biconical antenna is as shown in this figure. When voltage Vin is applied at the input terminal, the antenna produces spherical wave which are outgoing as shown in this figure. So here we give voltage supply Vin here as a feeding. So we get this spherical wave on the outside of this antenna. The spherical wave at any point on the surface of the cone produce current I along the surface and a voltage V between the cone. The corresponding electric and magnetic field are shown in this figure. The proportional voltage and the current are represented as shown in this figure. So here we can see the voltage is produced and the current is produced, and the direction of the voltage and current we can also see. Now we discuss about the radiation field of infinite biconical antenna. To find the radiated E and H field, consider point P in the spherical coordinate system as P r theta phi. So point P we have considered in the spherical coordinate system. From the Maxwell equation, we can write del cross E is equals to minus j omega nu into H. So simply we know that del cross E is nothing but when we put the value of the E, so we can write 1 upon r square sin theta del r sin theta e theta d theta minus del r e theta upon del r ar plus also a theta component 1 upon r sin theta del er upon d phi minus del r sin theta e theta upon del r into a theta, and last one is the a phi component is 1 upon r del r e theta upon del r minus del er upon del theta. But we know that the E field has component e theta only in a theta direction. Also by symmetry, e theta is independent of the phi. Hence, we can write del cross E is equals to 1 upon r del r e theta upon dr in a phi component is equals to minus j omega nu h. Now, to maintain TEM mode with the component e theta, the H field must be component necessarily in the phi direction only. Hence, further we can modify equation number 3 as del cross E is equals to 1 upon r del r e theta into dr a phi is equals to minus j omega nu s phi a phi. Or we can also write this equation as 1 upon r del by del r e theta is equals to minus j omega nu h phi. Now from the Maxwell equation we can also write del cross h equals to j omega epsilon into E. And we know that the value for the h when we put this is the del cross h is equals to 1 upon r square sin theta del r sin theta h phi del theta minus del r h phi del theta del phi ar, and also a theta component 1 upon r sin theta del hr del phi minus del r sin theta h phi del r e theta, and also a phi component 1 upon r del r h theta upon del r minus del hr upon del theta. As the H field has only component along the phi direction, hence we can write the LHS, that means left hand side of the equation number 5 as del cross H is equals to 1 upon r square sin theta del r sin theta h phi del theta ar plus 1 upon r sin theta minus del r sin theta h phi upon del r a theta. So we also that we can write this electric field term as a j epsilon E is equals to j epsilon. Instead of E we can also write the r theta and phi form, that means er ar plus e theta a phi a theta plus e phi a phi. And we know that this is the only theta term, so we can write the j omega epsilon E is equals to j omega epsilon e theta a theta. Equating equation number 7 and 8, so we get 1 upon r square sin theta del r sin theta h phi d theta ar plus 1 upon r sin theta minus del r sin theta h phi del r into a theta is equal to j omega epsilon e theta a theta. Now equating like the term on the both the side, we get for the ar component 1 upon r square sin theta del r sin theta h phi del theta is equals to 0. So we can simply write this as del r sin theta h phi upon del theta is equals to 0. Similarly, for a theta component, we can 1 upon r sin theta into r del by del r sin theta h phi is equals to j omega epsilon e theta. Now we simplifying the equation number 10, so we get minus sin theta upon r sin theta del by del r h phi is equals to j epsilon e theta. So when we further simplify this equation, we can write 1 upon r del r h phi upon del r is equals to minus j epsilon e theta. So we can write this equation as 1 upon minus j omega epsilon del by del r h phi equals to r e theta. Substituting the value of the r e theta in equation number 4, we get 1 upon r del by del r 1 upon minus j omega epsilon del by del r h phi is equals to minus j omega nu r h phi. So when we simplify this, we can write as 1 upon j omega epsilon del square by del r square into r h phi is equals to minus j omega nu r h phi. And when we further simplify this, we can write del square by del r square r h phi is equals to j square omega square nu epsilon r h phi. And we get del square by del r square r h phi is equals to, we know that the j square is nothing but the minus 1, so we can write the minus omega square nu epsilon r h phi. But we know that the beta is equals to beta is equals to omega under root nu into epsilon. So we get this equation as del square by del r square r h phi is equals to minus beta square r h phi. The solution of the second order differential equation must satisfy the equation 9. To meet the required condition, h phi should vary inversely with theta. Hence, we can write h phi is proportional to 1 upon sine theta and h phi is proportional to function fr upon sine theta. The solution of the equation number 12 represents an outward traveling wave given by h phi is equal to 1 upon r sine theta, hm e raised to minus j beta r. Hence, we are considering only the outward wave because the biconical antenna is assumed to be a infinitesimal long. By comparing the equation number 13 and 14, we can write the Fr is equals to Hm e raised to minus j beta r upon r. The electric and magnetic field component are related to intrinsic impedance of medium. Hence, we can write E theta upon h phi is equals to eta. Hence, we can write E theta is equals to n h phi, and we have the value of the h phi. So we get equation E theta is equals to n hm e raised to minus j beta r upon sine theta r. The voltage at point 1 and 2 at the distance r from the origin can be written as Vr is equals to integration limit is alpha by 2 to pi minus alpha by 2 E dot dl. So when we put the value of the E and dot dl, so we can write the integration alpha by 2 to pi minus alpha by 2 E theta d theta dot r d theta a theta. So when we simplify, we can also write this equation as integration alpha by 2 to alpha pi minus alpha by 2 E theta r d theta is equals to integration alpha by 2 to pi minus alpha by 2 eta hm e raised to minus j beta r upon sine theta r d theta. When we solve this equation, so we get eta hm e raised to minus j beta r integration of alpha by 2 to pi minus alpha by 2 cosec theta d theta. And finally we get eta hm e raised to minus j beta r ln tan theta by 2. Now we put the limit of the integration. So we get Vr is equals to eta hm e raised to minus j beta r ln tan theta by 2 minus alpha by 4 minus ln tan alpha by 4. So we can write this equation as eta hm e raised to minus j beta r ln cot alpha by 4 minus ln tan alpha by 4. So by using this property, we can write the logarithmic property eta hm e raised to minus j beta r into ln cot alpha by 4 upon tan alpha by 4. So we simplify. So we can write this equation as Vr and hm e raised to minus j beta r ln tan theta is nothing but the 1 upon cot theta. By using this property, we have write ln cot alpha by 4 square. So finally we get the Vr is equals to 2 eta hm e raised to minus j beta r ln cot alpha by 4. By Ampere's law, the current I on the surface of the cone at the distance r is given by IR is equals to 0 to 2 pi h pi r sine theta d phi. Now we are substituting the value of the h pi. So we get IR is equals to 0 to 2 pi 1 upon r sine theta hm e raised to minus j beta r sine theta d phi. Now we simplify this. So we have taken the hm e raised to minus j beta r common. So we can get the IR is equals to hm e raised to minus j beta r integration of d phi. And when we take the integration, so we get the IR is equals to 2 pi hm e raised to minus j beta r. Equation number 17 and 18 is represent the voltage and current due to the radiated E and H field. Now we discuss about the input impedance. The input impedance Z0 is given by Z0 is equals to V by I. We know that. So here we have the VR upon IR. and we have the value for the V and I. So we have simply put that value. So now we simplify this. So we get the Z0 is equals to eta by pi ln cot alpha by 4, and unit is ohm. Now we put the value of the eta for the free space is nothing but the 120 pi. So after putting the value of the eta, we can write the Z0 is equals to Zin is equals to eta 0 by pi ln cot alpha by 4, and eta 0 is nothing but the 120 pi. So 120 pi upon pi ln cot alpha by 4. So we get the Zin is equals to 120 ln cot alpha by 4. The input impedance represented by equation number 2 is purely resistive. For the small cone angle, tan alpha by 4 is equals to alpha by 4. Hence, equation number 1 can be modified in case of small cone angle antenna as Zin is equals to eta by pi ln 1 upon tan alpha by 4. So we can simply write this equation also in a term like eta by pi ln 1 upon alpha by 4. So we can write Zn is equals to eta by pi ln 4 by alpha, and unit is ohm. So in this lecture we have discussed about the broadband and frequency independent antenna part 1. In the next lecture we discuss the broadband and frequency independent antenna part 2. Thank you.